Well, this is not the first time a final resting place is needed to be found for a notorious criminal. In fact, there are famous killers who found graves in our area. Erica Pitzi right now is live in Brooklyn's Greenwood Cemetery with a look at some of the big names that are buried there. Erica, what'd you find?
Yeah, Tamsin, you know, we're talking about mobsters, murderers. Plenty of infamous criminals are buried and have found very peaceful resting places all across New York City's cemeteries. Now, some have unmarked graves, so you wouldn't even know it, and that's at the family's request for privacy. But others have quite elaborate grave sites, from massive monuments to space and mausoleums. The question of where to bury the body of accused Boston bomber Tamerlan Tsarnaev has people responding with protests. Already, several local cemeteries around Boston have turned down the family. As president of New York's famous Greenwood Cemetery, Richard Moylan says he understands both sides of the burial battle, but
it's our duty to bury the dead, and not everyone is liked. There are murderers, there are all sorts of criminals, and they're all buried, and we have a number of them here.
Like the guy known as Bill the Butcher, famously portrayed by Daniel Day-Lewis in the movie Gangs of New York.
Bill the Butcher Poole is another name who claimed he died a true American, but he was a bad man who killed people in the name of patriotism.
Then there's Boss Tweed, who lived in the 1800s, but historians say they still consider him one of the most corrupt politicians New York ever knew. Roland Molyneux is another one. He poisoned people to death in the early 1900s. Somebody a little more recent is the man who killed City Councilman James Davis. Moylan was here for that burial controversy in the 1990s.
It was the first killing ever in City Hall, so we had offered Councilman Davis's family a burial place here, and his family accepted. We didn't even realize that the killer's mother owned a space here in our crematory. When the Davis family discovered this, they did not want James anywhere near his killer, so they removed Councilman Davis to Evergreen Cemetery.
Now, I asked the president point blank, would he allow Tsarnaev's body to be buried here at Greenwood Cemetery? And he said, look, while I do believe everyone deserves a burial, there are definitely some other factors I would have to consider, so I would probably be going through something a lot of those other cemetery presidents up in the Northeast have been going through, and he said, and one of which is security concerns for the cemetery. We're live in Brooklyn tonight. Erica Pitzi, Pix 11 News. Tamsin.
All right, Erica, thank you.